My name is Amina Hussein. I'm from Somalia. I work as community worker at Royal Women's Hospital. I'm placed at Well Women's Clinic. In the video, I was playing the role of the interpreter.
My name is Amina. I'm from Somalia. I come to this hospital a number of times and I'm acting this video.
My name is Zainab Mahmoud. I'm from Somalia. I work at the Royal Women's Hospital. I'm African Community Facilitator, and in the video I'm playing as Faduma.
My name is Munira Muhammad. I am Hararian from Ethiopia. I'm a social worker. I work at the Women's Housing Outreach and Support Service in Coburg as housing support worker. I'm in the video playing the role of a young woman who sees a genetic counsellor and a midwife at the Choices Clinic.
My name is Iji. I'm from Ethiopia. I'm working at Western Region Health Center as a community worker. I'm acting the role of the pregnant woman talking about the family birth center.
My name is Adam. I'm from Ethiopia. I'm working at Office Works in Richmond. I'm acting the role of the husband talking about the family birth center.
This video has been produced to introduce women from Somalia, Eritrea and Ethiopia to the services of the Royal Women's Hospital and some of the other women's health services in Melbourne. We will do this by following several women's journeys through the hospital.
Hello, my name is Susan and I'm a genetic counsellor here.
Hi, I'm Munira.
Hi Munira, what would you like to speak to me about?
I'm about to get married in 6 months' time to my first cousin, and we wondered if that would be a problem when we have children.
It's not possible for us to make predictions about future children, but what we can do is examine your family history and see if there are any specific tests that we should undertake for you. We all carry mistakes in our genes, and the chance of us bringing two mistakes together in the general population is 5%. For first cousins, that increases to 10%. So you can see that it's not a great risk.
No, it's not. What sort of information do you need about our families?
Well, let's start mapping your family and see if there's anything that we should be looking for. Okay. Let's start with you, Munira. Do you have brothers and sisters?
I do, a brother and sister.
Okay. Do any of your brothers, does your brother or sister have children?
My brother has 2 children, a boy and a girl.
Excellent. And they're both well?
They are.
Okay. And what about your parents?
That's fine. We just want to know before we get married. We're both studying and would like to finish our studies before we have any children.
If you're concerned about family planning, perhaps you should speak to the midwife in the Choices Clinic. I could ring her now if you like.
Yeah, I think that would be helpful.
Okay. Great. Okay, your appointment's for next week.
Thanks.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In the name of Allah, most merciful, most compassionate. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Peace be upon you all. This is the best courtesy that we can offer one another in Islam as a way of introducing ourselves to others. I am Sheikh Isa, Imam in the Islamic Council of Victoria and also in the Islamic Call Society within the Somali community. We are going to consider in this segment an issue concerning women, and that is contraception. This topic is not widely spoken about and it deserves some attention in this videotape that I understand is meant to contribute to the awareness of women in education and the issues that are related to them. In Islam, we have a number of things that people think or believe are irrelevant, but they are issues that Islam has looked at in its teaching. And one of these issues is the contraception. We know that contraception is involved when women have some difficulties. It's always the personal problems that determine the choice to have the contraception or not to have it. If there are some difficulties experienced by women in regard to health or the possibility to look after the children or to raise the children, then it's the time that Islam provides the mechanism to use child spacing or to use what we call birth control. It's possible. And if we go back to the literature available to us in Islam, we find that in the days of Prophet Muhammad, may peace be upon him, people used to consult him about this issue. A man once came to him and reported that he had a concubine. By the way, the concubinage was a tradition in those days, and he asked whether he could have the usual sexual intercourse with her, and in the meantime avoid having children. But the only contraception they could use in those days was what we call the withdrawal, the sexual withdrawal. At the time of the orgasm, the man or the husband could withdraw and then avoid with that the pregnancy. And the man also told that his concubine was a worker. She used to work in the garden, the date palms. She had to look after date palms and water it. And so he said, I have for her all these duties. Can I use that mechanism? Then Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, you can have that choice. There is nothing wrong with it. So from the general literature we have in that respect, all are evidence that the contraception is a possibility when the need arises. And I repeat, when the need arises, because sometimes people may abuse the options that they are given or the permission they have got. So if used wisely and only in the time of need, I'm sure there is no restriction placed on its use, and especially in this country that women are facing certain difficulties regarding accommodation, health, the need to learn, the need to go out and look after themselves. For many of our women here don't have breadwinners, their husbands are no longer here. So all these issues taken together or separately will determine the possibility to use contraception. For any further information that you may want to know about, or if you have any questions about this short statement, you may consult me at any time, and I'm more than happy to answer to your questions regarding this issue. And remember, there is nothing taboo about asking questions when your health or your needs are being impacted on for about one issue or another. So feel free to ask any questions that you feel like.
Hello, my name's Janet and I'm the midwife working here at the Choices Clinic.
Hi, I'm Manira.
Hello. As a midwife, I'm able to talk to you about the different forms of contraception you might use after you're married. Using these devices will minimise your chances of getting pregnant until you're ready to have a family.
We are both, my fiancé and I, very keen to finish our studies and get good jobs before we start a family.
I can show you different types of contraception and talk to you about how each one works. There's pills, condom, diaphragm and other devices. You may like to take some pamphlets home to read and discuss your options to see what you feel more comfortable with. Anyone can come to this clinic. We see lots of young women, people from different backgrounds. Or we can refer you to your community health centre or local GP.
Yes, that would be good. Thank you. I would also like to talk to someone before my marriage, something that's difficult to talk about.
Okay, you might feel more comfortable talking with the midwife in the Women's Health Information Centre. There is also a woman there who works with women and families from African communities.
Yes, thank you, that would be good.
I'll check and see if she's there.
Thanks.
iska waran Faadumo, sidee tahay maanta?
Walaalna mahadsantahay.
Inkastoo aan isnaqaana ani adiga, laakiin shaqadayda halkan isbitaalka waa turjubaanimo, wax alaale wixii aan ka wada hadalno waa qarsoodi.
Haddii aan arrin sir ah rabo inaan ka hadlo, qof kale iga ogaan maayo soo maaha.
qofna ka ogaan maayo, waxaan ku ballan qaadayaa inay shaqadayda ay qatar galayso haddii aan waxaan ka wada hadalnay aan qof kale u sheego adigoon ifasixin.
Hello Fatma, my name is Anne.
Iska waran Faadumo, magacayga waxaa la yidhaha Anne.
I'm a midwife.
Waxaan ahay umuliso.
And today I'm going to talk to you about being in hospital with your baby and getting ready for going home afterwards with your baby.
Maanta waxaan kaala hadlayaa markaad isbitaalka cunuga ku dhalaysid iyo markaad adiga cunugaaga guriga aadi doontaan.
I see in your medical record here that you've had 2 babies before and they were born in Somalia.
Waxaan ka arkay faylkaaga isbitaalka yaala inaad hadda ka hor 2 cunug Soomaaliya ku dhashay.
Hadda waxaan geeyay jaalidkeerka isbitaalka sababtoo ah haddii aan soo kaxaysto way adag tahay in la sheekeeyo iyaga oo meelaha ka qaybqaybna.
Yeah, that's right. I took them to the childcare center at the hospital because if I bring them along here, it will be difficult for us to talk.
Yes, it is difficult. That's a good idea.
Waa runtaa way dhib badan tahay, way fikrad fiican inaad geyso meeshaas.
My job here today is to talk to you about the supports that you might need and any concerns that you might have.
Maanta hawshayda waxay tahay inaan kaala hadlo wixii taageero oo ku heli karo iyo wixii dhibaato oo qabto inaan ka wada hadalno.
It's very important for us to know if everything is okay for you.
Anaga waxay noo tahay muhiimad weyn inaan ogaano inay wax walba ku hagaageen.
We see lots of women from your country in this hospital.
Waxaan aragnaa oo la kulanaa dumar badan oo ka yimid dalkaaga ayaan isbitaalka ku aragnaa. Yes, I understand.
When you were a young girl, were you circumcised, cut and stitched in the traditional way?
Markaad gabar yar ahayd ma lagu gooyo lagu tolo yani ma lagu guday?
Waa la guday kadib markaa ilmahayga dhalaayo waa la gooyay si ay u fududaato dhalmada carruurta.
Yeah, that's right. I was circumcised, but when I was having my babies, I was cut so the baby can get out.
Were you stitched again after the birth of your baby?
marka dhashay kadib dib lagu tolay
haa waa la itolay waxaan ka walwalahay hadda waxa igu dhici doona maadaama aan wadankan
yes I was restitched but I'm worried about what will happen in this new country.
Yes, I can understand that you would be concerned.
waa fahmi karaa inay ka walwalsan tahay.
There are two options that are available for you in this hospital.
laba arrimood ayaa ku furan isbitaalkan inaad samayso.
One option is that you can be unstitched before the birth.
mid waxay tahay in dib lagu furi karo intaan dhalmada gaarin.
And the other option is that you can be unstitched during the labour.
mid kale waxay tahay in hadaad rabto lagu goyn karo markii aad foolanayso.
The advantage of being unstitched before the birth is that it's easier for the baby and easier for you.
faa'iidada ay leedahay in marka hore lagu sii furo waxay tahay waxay u fududahay dhalmada ay ku fududaynaysaa adiga iyo cunugaba.
And it reduces the possibility of you tearing, and it also heals up much better as well.
waxay kaloo yareyn kartaa dhibaatada ka imaan karto cunuga hadduu ku goosto iyo waxay kaloo ku fududayn kartaa inaad dhaqsi u bogsato.
haa arrintaas way fiican tahay markaan malitolaya kadib.
Yes, that sounds good. Will I be restitched after the birth?
No, you won't be restitched.
maya dib lagu toli maayo.
If there are any tears during the birth, or if we need to cut you at all, this will be restitched.
haddii ay dhacdo markaad dhaleysa in cunugku meel ku goosto ama uu dhakhtarka gooyo meelo gaar ah meelahaas waa la tolayaa laakiin sidaada kale dib lagu toli maayo sida gabadha aad ahayd lagaa dhigi maayo.
arrintan waxay noqonaysaa mid ka duwan.
This will feel quite different.
Yes, you will notice some differences. This is normal.
waa runtaa way ka duwanaanaysaa sidaada hore laakiin waa caadi.
I'm happy to talk with you about these differences, or if you like, I can refer you to the community midwife for you to talk about that.
haddaad doonto waan ku faraxsanahay aniga inaan kaala hadlo isbedeladaas kugu imaan karo waxay yihiin inaan kaaga hadlo haddaad doontana waxaan kuu diri karaa oo kaala hadlayso umulisada bulshada ee laga helo community centerka xaafadaada.
Or I can refer you to your local general practitioner.
haddaad doonto xataa waxaan kuu diri karaa dhakhtarkaaga faamiga caadiga ah kaala hadli karo.
dhakhtar dumar ah miyaa igu sameynaysa miyaa igoynaysa?
Will I have a woman doctor to do the unstitching?
Yes, if you would like. When you decide what you would like to do, I'll write a letter to the doctor explaining that you would like to be unstitched.
markaad go'aansato waxaad rabto inaad samayso waxaan kuu qorayaa warqad aan u qorayaa dhakhtarka uunu macnaynayaa inaad rabtid in dib lagu furo. That's good.
Have you talked about this with your husband?
ninkaaga ma kala hadashay arrintan?
haa isaga ayaa igu dhiirigeliyay inaan maanta inta imaado laakiin dib waxaan rabaa inaan la sii hadlo weli.
Yes, he encouraged me today to come here, but I still need to talk to him further.
Good. Fatma, do you have clothes and other things that you would need for your baby?
Faaduma ma wadataa yani dhar iyo alaaba aad ugu baahan tahay cunuga markaad dhalaysa isbitaalka?
I can organise for you to meet somebody who can help you with these things.
haddaad doonto waxaan kuu diyaarin karaa qof waxaas kuu soo heli karo kuu keeni karo.
way fiican tahay arrintaas. markaan Soomaali kasoo tagay ma haysanin waxaan soo qaadano. Australian waxaan joogaa wax yar kaliya mana aqaan dad badan.
Yeah, that would be very good because when we left Somalia we didn't brought with us many things and we've been here in Australia for a short time. I do not know many people.
Back home in Somalia, your family would have helped you.
Somalia haddaad joogi lahayd reerkaan ku caawin lahaa. Yes.
Do you have family or friends here in Australia?
Australia ma ku leedahay reer qaraabo iyo saaxiibo? No.
If you like, I will introduce you to the social worker. She will be able to help you.
haddaad doonto waxaan ku bari karaa qofta la social workerka oo ah shaqaalaha bulshada oo kaa caawin karta arrimahaas. That's very good.
Fatima, when you go home with your baby, who will be there to help you?
markaa guriga tagtaan adii cunuga yaa guriga kuguna nool ku caawin kara
qoyskayga halkaan ma joogaan weli Soomaaliya jira xero qaxooti ku jiraan halkaan waxa la jooga ninkayga oo kaliya
no one who will help me there. I have only got my husband at home.
Yes, it is very hard with limited family and support.
way dhib badan tahay hadaadan lahayn qoysku ku caawino that's right.
You miss them and are concerned for them?
reerkaaga waa ka wiilashaa Soomaali maqan yes.
Would it help you if I put you in touch with people in your community who may be able to help you and support you?
kula tahay inay ku caawinayso haddii aan kugu xiro dadkaaga dad ka mid ah jaaliyadaada ku caawin karaan
arrintaas way fiican tahay waxaan jeclaan lahaa inaan la kulmo dad badan oo ka mid ah community.
Yes, that sounds very good. I would like to meet some more people from my community.
You may like to meet the Somali woman who works at this hospital. I can see if she's available to meet you now if you like.
jeclaan lahayd inaan la kulanto qof Soomaalida ee ka shaqeysa isbitaalka
I will ring. All right, we'll see you then. Bye. She is free.
way ku qaabili kartaa
Hi Caroline, this is Fatma Ali. Could we make an appointment for her to see the social worker, please?
I'm at Thursday at 10 o'clock in the morning.
Khamiista 10 subaxnimo ka war
Yeah, good. Okay. Hello, my name's Debbie and I'm one of the midwives here. How can I help you?
Hi, good morning. I would like to have pregnancy test, please.
Okay, if you'd like to follow me, I'll show you where we need to go and what you need to do. Okay. How long is it since your last period?
I think it's over 6 weeks.
Okay, well first of all I'll need you to give me a urine sample. There's a bathroom just down the corridor. And you actually put the sample in this jar. You then need to take it to the core lab, which is just round the corner and up the stairs, and I'll show you how to get there. You leave the sample at the lab and come back here. When they have the result, they will call me and then I can let you know what the result is.
Fine.
Well, the results should only take a little while. Mr. Solomon, how long have you been in Australia?
We have been here just over a year. This will be our first Australian born baby. We have other 3 children, they were born in Ethiopia.
All right. And did your wife have any problems with any of the births?
No, she has been very healthy with them all.
Good. Well, excuse me, I'll just answer the phone. Yes. Oh, good, thank you. Well, the test confirms that you are pregnant. Is this good news for you?
Yes, we are very pleased to have Australian baby. Thank you.
Well, congratulations to you both. And I guess now's probably a good time to talk about where you might choose to have the baby in the hospital. Did you know that we had a family birthing centre here, which is where a lot of women choose to have their babies? I could show you the birthing centre after we finished here. Often families feel very comfortable about using the birth centre because it's set up to be a more normal way of having a baby and perhaps a bit more like what you might have been used to at home. Of course, if you need a doctor at any time, there's always one available to help you. Some families do prefer to use the ordinary labour wards, but for other families, the birth centre is a really good option. Would you like to see it now?
Yes, we would. it's important to us to have that our close family with us to help. And I could have some women friends with me.
Yes, of course.
In the family birth center, I wouldn't be left alone. There is always someone with me all the time.
Yes, of course.
My husband, he would not have to help me with the birth?
No, he doesn't have to help you. He can watch if he chooses to, but he doesn't have to help. And many men do actually want to be there with their wives. Perhaps we could go and have a look around, and then I could give you some information from the Women's Health Information Centre about the Family Birth Centre.
Yes.
And you don't have to make a decision today. You might like to take some of the information home and talk about it together, and perhaps with your family and friends. And then perhaps either come back or ring us and let us know what you want to do. It's a good idea for families using the Family Birth Centre to have all their antenatal care there, then they know all the work is there.
That would be easier for my husband to come with me. This one looks comfortable. Seems okay. Big.
Good morning, I'm Eliza. How are you today?
Good, my name is Amina.
Nice to meet you. Have you ever been to the Well Women's Clinic before?
No, this is my first time.
Well, what I do here is ask you some questions about your general health and do some tests. The purpose of this clinic is really to prevent you from becoming ill, so it's a little bit different to what goes on in hospital usually. So what have you come here today for?
I would like to have my breast screen done, please.
Okay, well that's good. I'm glad you've come in. With the breast screening test, we usually recommend women over 50 to have it done every 2 years. It doesn't hurt, but it does. It is a bit uncomfortable. And what we do is it takes photographs of your breast, which can monitor changes in your breast, and from these we can pick up any changes that need further investigations. And during this test we also take your blood pressure and ask you a few questions about your lifestyle. Okay. Are you feeling a little bit anxious?
I would like to see the breast screen machine, please.
Okay. So Amina, this is the machine that we use. What we do is ask you to take your top off, and then we place your breast in between here, and then we take the photograph.
Will the radiography help me be a woman?
Yes.
Good. Then I'll go back, change.
Okay. So Amina, we send these photographs off to the radiologist, and he'll send you the results back within 2 weeks. But also while you're here, we usually suggest you have a pap test done as well. And this is another preventative test which can detect abnormal cells of the cervix.
Yes, I have heard of this. It's just women is for over 40 years, or it's the women who have had a baby?
No, it's a preventative test that's done on all women who have been sexually active, and usually it should be done every 2 years. But usually it's a good idea, because you're here for the breast screen, it's usually a good idea to have a pap test done as well at the same time.
Right. I'm not sure.
Right, well, this is the instrument that we use. To do a pap test, we need to actually look inside you. But if you're not feeling sure about it, then maybe you might like to go home and have a think about it first, and then come back another time.
I would like to think about this at home, and I will make another appointment. I have some friends who might be interested in this too.
Okay, that's a good idea if you don't feel ready today. You could perhaps contact the Women's Health West and invite someone to talk to you and your friends there, or you could contact your local community health centre and talk to the community midwife there.
Yes, that's a good idea. I will talk to our group.